Good morning and happy Friday. This is Mark Bruno, Editor-in-Chief of the Cannata Report, and we are here with Frank, of course. But before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to please like, share, subscribe. If you have a topic for future reference or for future consideration, please shoot us a comment, and we will definitely consider it. So, Frank, how are you today?
I'm doing just fine, Mark, and how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I understand you have a little company from Taiwan on your mind today.
Well, I wouldn't say I have a little company on it, but at any rate, uh, to make a long story short, I really want to talk about an organization that I've grown to respect. I know them for almost 35 years, and that is Katun. Uh, you know, it's everybody is entitled to an opinion. That's the nature of the business. And you take a look at something, you say it's good for me or it's not good for me, whatever. You make individual choices. But I think it's important that we always should, when you want to evaluate something, evaluate them historically, if you can. Sometimes it's just not easy to do. And in Katun's case, as I said, I've been in business 47 years and I've known them 35. But the thing that is most interesting to me is that they're a company that has always done things in terms of quality at a very high level. When we first became aware of Katun all those years ago, they were manufacturing toner that was competitive to manufacturers' toner. And in those days, it was very tough to compete with the original manufacturers in terms of quality. And so all the manufacturers that they were able to duplicate the toner did their own testing. And they would never said it publicly, but they all said it's as good as ours. But that's the type of company it is. It does work in a very, very qualified manner. But more importantly than that, it's a company that's not well known in our industry for what it really is. For example, more than 25 years ago, and I'm not quite sure, Carol and I were talking about it, we think it's something like that, 25, 26 years ago, Katun invited us both to visit their international distribution. Now, the other distribution organizations that are in the United States don't have the quality that Katun has internationally. So we were invited to the Netherlands. Amazing setup. And we sat down, talked to the people, and we asked them, what's the significance of opening a business or buying a bit? They bought an existing business, actually what it was, in Holland. And I say, well, Holland has the capacity to do free trade. There is no, when you buy something and when shipped through Holland, there is no duties, tariffs, taxes. It's just the cost of the goods. It's just like a distributor in the Carolinas delivering to Illinois, same thing. So they had, what they shared with us, they had 13 countries in Europe that Katun could ship their product to, and in a very competitive way. And they did it, one more move, and they acquired a facility in Milan, Italy, and that became their headquarters for their European business. Was it successful? I think so. Very interesting because, that was a long time ago, and candidly, I haven't had many conversations with Katun about the European or wholesale business internationally. So I reached out to Kay Fernandez. For those who don't know Kay, her title is Vice President Global Marketing. And I said, Kate, refresh my memory about, about Kate internationally. Well, she said, if you recall, they bought a distributor's name was EM. And actually, I'm going to repeat exactly what she wrote. Our European sales are stronger than North American and Latin America. And as you know, our headquarters in Milan. So, and of course, the main distribution center is in Amsterdam, or Netherlands, as she referred to it. But also, from Italy's position, they do very, very well with doing business with African companies. So it has a broad perspective that most Americans don't know anything about. And by and large, anyone that is balanced like that in terms of their business is in pretty darn good shape. And I would think twice about anyone saying that this is not a quality organization that has done things in a very first-class way. So basically, that's my message today. We can talk and have opinions and say we don't like this or we don't like that, we don't like this company. But you have to do some research before some of them, particularly in this case, to know what they're all about. And we hope that our audience, and it's very simple to do, Google them. Google Katun and buying a distribution in Europe. You'll come up with a very interesting story. That's really it, Mark. That's what I wanted to say for today.